Hey team, so this morning I'm going to make a video on what should you not do before a race. Okay, I want all of you who have an upcoming race coming up to really take note of this video. I think it's very important to um, remind yourself of the heavy training you have done. Okay, be confident in that training. Uh, I highly value and respect all of the athletes out there that, regardless of what age you are, especially the athletes that are over my age. You know, if you're in the 40s and 50s or older, absolute respect to you for being out there and competing and preparing for this particular race. Um, Remind yourself of all the heavy training you've done. Do not go the morning of the race and do not get uptight and so nervous that you and become so overly concerned about your race performance that you run a poor race. Okay, remember, all the heavy training is now done. Okay, so be confident now in what you've done in the past few weeks, past few months. Let your competition be stressed out, uptight, nervous, not you. Okay, the morning of the race is not the day for you to be concerned or worried about the race that you're about to compete in. Okay, you've trained heavily. Not only you've built your aerobic base, you've trained heavily anaerobically, you've worked on your speed, you've done your long runs, you've done your tempo runs. The things you should not do before a race is now to be nervous. Okay, it's okay to have a little bit of jitters and uncertainty, I guess, of what the race, how the race will pan out, but take confidence in what you've done. Okay, you're already highly competitive. You're ready to go out and run that race and to run a new personal best. Any type of muscular tension, physical tension, is a way for you to perform less than you're capable of. Okay, so the less tension you have, whether that's mental tension or physical tension, the better the performance. If you look at the best middle to long distance runners, they always look relaxed. Even the best sprinters, okay, they look relaxed for a reason. One, they know the importance of staying relaxed on not only before the race, during the race, and especially during the race. So keep those particular athletes, these world-class sprinters, middle distance runners, long distance runners, keep their habits in mind and duplicate those habits. Okay, if in the past you've been a little bit too nervous before your race and you felt like that has caused you issues for performing up to the level that you're capable of, just continue to remind yourself, not only in training but also before the start of your race and during your race, to stay as relaxed as you can. And it takes practice to lessen the amount of tension that you're feeling when you're racing. Do not eat your breakfast an hour before your race. Okay, if that was me, I would give myself a minimum of 2 hours before the race, and preferably up to around 3 hours before the race. That way you have plenty of time for your stomach to digest that food and to get rid of it, and you having the highest likelihood of not having to jump in a porta-john while you're racing. Okay, so watch your pacing in the race too. Okay, whether you're training for a 5K, 10 miler, half marathon, or you're running a marathon, don't go out too fast in the early stages of your race. I don't want you all to take all those months, weeks and months of training and blow up in the early stages of your race. Okay? It's much better for you to run a negative split in your race rather than going out way too fast in the first half and just dying in the second half. Okay, again, it takes practice. It takes time to hold back in the early stages of your races and to really pour it on in the latter stages. So be patient with yourself. And that is definitely something you definitely want to do, but what you do not want to do the morning of a race, before a race, is definitely go out too fast and really suffer for it in the latter stages of your race. Okay, most top level performances occur when the athlete does a negative split. Yes, there are athletes out there that go out way too fast in the first half, but they've went out so fast and they're so fit that they're able to at least still run a respectable time. when I ran 2:19:35 for the marathon, I hit the first half of the marathon in 1:07:09, which is only 3 seconds off of my PR for the half marathon, which is 1:07:06, and came back with a 1:12:26. So obviously I ran a positive split. I went out way too fast, but came back and still I came back in a positive split, but was still able to run a decent marathon time because I was able to, one, I had done the work and was prepared physically and mentally to run that type of time. So just know that you do have a better shot of running a new personal best if you run a negative split rather than a positive split, but you still can run a good time even if you go out a little too aggressive in the early stages of your race. Just know that if you're going to do that, be confident in yourself and make sure you have done your homework in training, because if you go out way too fast and you haven't prepared yourself mentally and physically in training, it's going to be very hard in the latter stages of your race, okay? Some other things I would keep in mind in terms of what should you do, what should you not do before a race. It's just like I said, be overly concerned about what your competition has run, who's at the race, regardless who's there, whether they're Kenyan or American or they're athletes that maybe you respect. It's good to have an idea of what's, who you're competing against, and you can use that, I guess, as motivation. But at the same time, they still have to race just like you do. So just focus on yourself. Focus on the preparation you've put in. Be confident in that preparation. Visualize yourself, like I mentioned continually in all my videos. Make sure that you make mental rehearsal, and it should only be between 10 and 15 minutes a day. Make that a part of your preparation, okay? See yourself getting across the finish line and performing at the level that you dream about, that you've trained yourself to do. See yourself getting across that finish line with your goal time on the clock in your mind first, okay? And the best time to do this is between when you first wake up in the morning or when you first go to bed at night, or when you go to bed at night, okay? See yourself running relaxed, passing individuals in the race, and that will help build you not only mentally, but also help you to prepare optimally for your race, because you're not just focusing on physical training, but you're focusing on both physical as well as mental preparation. And the world's top distance runners, at least some of the Olympians I've trained with over the years, they combine both physical as well as mental training into their preparation. Okay, so definitely spend a few minutes before the start of your race seeing yourself running at the level that you've prepared yourself for. And again, be confident in yourself. Again, remind yourself, stay as relaxed as you can before the race. Be confident in what you've done. And even in the race, monitor the amount of physical tension that you're feeling, okay? Just consciously tell yourself, I'm in control, I'm relaxed, I'm confident, I've done the work, but don't overly tense up while you're racing, okay? If any type of muscular tension you have, the harder it's going to be to perform at the level you're really prepared yourself for. So I hope this video makes sense in terms of what should you not do before a race, okay? Keep these tactics, these strategies in mind, and I know you're going to have a much higher probability that you're going to succeed come race morning, okay? Let your competition, let them be overly stressed out and worried, okay? Again, the morning of the race is the celebration of your hard work. It's all those months of preparation you've put in, and it's not a day for you to be overly nervous, okay? Overly stressed out. It's the day to celebrate all of your hard work and to get out there and have a great time and to perform at a very high level and to get across that finish line in a new personal best. Okay, I hope this is helpful for you all. Wish you all the best in your upcoming races. And feel free to reach out to me anytime if you have any questions. And definitely check out the resources below all of my videos or on RunDreamAchieve.com. Share and like this video. And I hope that these tips of what should you not do before a race has been helpful for you. I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you in the next video.